Alert. 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 Guys, I don't know how to tell you guys this. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this. Okay, I've made a lot of content talking about Jesus is God. Jesus is God. In fact, I've made an entire mastery training deck based on it. Jesus is God. Yeah, it looks so cool. I'm sure you want to get it. Go to Apologetics Mastery.
The first ever Jesus is God mastery deck is finally here. Yes, level up your skills for the glory of God.
It's not about that right now. Right now, guys, I gotta tell you guys something. Maybe the Jehovah's Witnesses are right. Maybe they're right. I can't believe I'm saying this. Maybe they're right. Right now, I feel like my entire life has been a lie. I feel like all the time I've wasted building this amazing Jesus is God training mastery deck is a lie. Because the Jehovah's Witnesses may be right. All the Jehovah's Witnesses on TikTok that are saying, stop bashing our religion. We are the truth. We're the truth. Leave us alone. Maybe they are the truth. Guys, what I saw in the Bible is going to blow your mind, and it blew my mind, and I'd barely be able to put it back together. So let me break it down for you. I had a dream. Yes, a dream. No, a vision. I had a vision. A vision. And I had a feeling in my loins. In my loins. I think my loins are here, or are they down here, or in my legs? I'm not really sure. It was in my loins, okay? I know it was in my loins. And I got this feeling. It says, the truth will set you free. Go to Daniel. He will tell you everything you need to know. So I said, okay, Daniel, that's the Bible, right? Okay, yeah, I got the Bible. I got it open. I got the New World Order translation. I don't know if this is good enough, but, and it was like, go to the book of Daniel, and the truth will set you free. I said, well, I'm in the book of Daniel. Yeah, okay, so I'm in the right place. What do you want me to do? It said, read. I said, oh, okay, what chapter, verse? It goes, just read. I said, okay, Daniel 7, 13 and 14. This is my favorite. It goes, no, read that. Go to Daniel chapter 10. I said, okay, any verse in particular? I said, just read the damn verse. I said, okay, I'll start at the top. In the 30, excuse me, my mouth is a little funny. It just said, okay, skip to verse 5. You suck at this. I said, okay, verse 5. I looked up and saw a man clothed in linen, and around his waist was a belt of gold from Uphaz. I said, what's Uphaz? And it said, don't worry about Uphaz, just skip down to verse 12. And I said, verse 12? Oh, okay, hold on. So he then said to me, do not be afraid, O Daniel. Your words have been heard from the first day that you gave your heart to understanding and to humbling yourself before your God. And I have come because of your words. And then the vision said, lock in, go get your Adderall, whatever you need to lock in, because this next verse is really gonna hit good. So the vision kept saying, read. Verse 13. But the prince of the, you know what, I'm gonna go get that Adderall. I think that's a good idea. So I went to go get the Adderall, and I looked, and I was like, there's gotta be something in here somewhere. I looked, it was empty. I was like, I don't take care of my crap and get these refills, and I gotta find a plug for this. But then I found some Alpha Brain, and I said, Alpha Brain, that'll work. And I took Alpha Brain, and I was locked in, and I went back to the vision, and I said, okay, I'm locked in. I'm ready to, let's go. I can do this more often, let's go. So then I read verse 13. But the prince of the royal realm of Persia stood in opposition to me for 21 days. But then Michael, one of the foremost princes, came to help me, and I remained there beside the kings of Persia. And I said, I don't get it. What was I supposed to pick up there? And he goes, read it again. I said, okay, but all right. But the prince of the royal realm of Persia stood in opposition to me. But then Michael, one of the foremost princes, came to help me. And he says, see it? Do you see it now? And I was like, do I see what? And he said, all right, let's try this a different way. Tell me about Jesus Christ. And I said, oh, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ is the creator of the universe. Jesus Christ is my judge, my redeemer. I love him. He's the Son of God. He's King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and one of the foremost. And when I read it, I fell to my feet and I said, oh my gosh, Jesus, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, is one of the foremost princes. He didn't just create the foremost princes, he is one of the foremost princes. And then it dawned on me.
Whoa, what is that? Ow!
And a brick fell on my head from above, and I said, what? Who threw that? At that moment, it all became clear to me. I said, oh God, my head hurts. I can bear. What happened? And my brain just kept getting bigger on one side, and I pushed it back in, and I said, this isn't good. And then it went back to normal. And I said, okay. And then I read it again, and then the truth set me free. I said, oh my gosh, Michael, one of the foremost princes, that's Jesus. I now see what they're talking about. And then another brick fell from the sky.
Oh my God! My head. Oh!
And I said, that's 2 bricks in one day on my head. This is horrible. And then I saw that this is the best translation in the world. And then
Bricks everywhere.
Completely smashed me in the head, and then I got hit by a bus. And then when I looked up, I saw Kingdom Hall. and I was beat up. I was on the ground like this. I was like, and I saw Kingdom fall. It was like, and I said, I need to become a Jehovah's Witness. Yes, yeah.